Hey everybody! So here's the answer to the Hump Day trivia question. We talked about what's the difference between a lady's shotgun and a man's. And you guys came up with some really funny answers, but Matt Reed was on when he talked about all the different measurements and the different ways of building a shotgun. We're going to talk about those, and then we're going to talk about my take on how all of that matters. So this is our CZ SCTP Sterling, and what makes it different is it's going to have a shorter length of pull than our standard shotguns. It's also going to have a raised comb, which is adjustable, and then the pitch is going to be different for the ladies shotgun, which this is the SCTP. It's no longer just the ladies shotgun because there were so many youth shooters that enjoyed the shotgun that they changed the name just so that it didn't leave anybody out. So the weight on this is about the same. They're still going to have 28-inch barrels just like the man's version. So we're really getting away from using that ladies term, and I want to tell you why. So with this, actually here's the Southpaw Sterling. So it has a longer length of pull, which is right at an inch longer, just short of an inch longer. So the cast is going to be different just because of the length of pull, which is called the LOP. And on the Southpaw, mine actually has an adjustable butt pad that's been on here, but it's aftermarket, so the Southpaw doesn't come this way. But it still has the 28-inch barrels just like the SCTP Sterling. And so when it comes down to men showing up at the booth, which happens every single show, and they ask me what shotgun do I recommend for their wives or their girlfriend or their daughter, it's going to boil down to fit. And there's two major components that you need to consider when you're fitting a female, a brand new shooter, for a shotgun. Number one is going to be fit, and just because the label on the gun says ladies doesn't mean that it's the right gun for her. It all depends on how a female gets into the gun, the way they say, how they shoulder the gun, how their stance is set. So I actually use an extended length, like my length of pull is a little bit longer than standard usually, and so the ladies shotgun with the raised comb never fit me. I like a lot of drop, which I like a little bit more drop than standard, industry standard. So there's no right or wrong way for fitting your female for a gun. And so there's a starting point, and then other than that, you just need to take your female into the store, let her pick out what feels best for her, because the way that the SCTP Sterling is set up, the balance of it feels a lot different than the standard length of pull, and that's going to make a big difference too in how she feels the weight of the gun. So I hate to say there's no right or wrong way, or there's no defined way of fitting your special lady for her shotgun. It's all going to be on her preference, and everyone's preference is different. So I hope this helped you guys as you try to fit your wives and your daughters and your girlfriends with their gun, because it's really going to depend on what they want.